Welcome back to AskAPop. Today we're talking about batteries and assembly, but not those though. Especially around the holidays, there were two phrases that always made my parents cringe, and that was batteries not included and some assembly required. That usually meant that half the toys wouldn't work on Christmas morning unless we play the battery swapping game or get to watch Dad turn redder and redder while he tried to read those really tiny instructions. To quote my son when he was growing up in our household, when I got to be dad, he'd look back and, good times. Okay. Now, and then as it was in our household when I was the dad, we always tried to remember that fun family holidays always started off with one word. Well, fun. And that's because we try to remember that there were thousands of things that could go wrong. Now, granted, some of them were things that were in our control that we just messed up on, but most we couldn't. And in the end, Christmas is going to be Christmas and Christmas is going to come. So you just try to roll with it and handle it. So now for the message. And as we do in most cases in our household, we're going to do them backwards. So batteries and assembly, we're going to start with assembly. And just as the good book says, whenever two or more are gathered in his name, you're in church. That means that whenever you're making a bond with each other over Christ, you're in church. So wow, when your family is together and celebrating his birth, it's kind of like you're having your own little church service. So that way you can take it to the bigger church on Sunday and say, hey, we were in church on, whatever day Christmas was, or whenever you're talking about Christ during the week, and you can actually share with them what you learned. Now, my papa always used to say that anytime that you're in church, you're charging your Christian batteries. Hey, batteries, that was the next one we were going to talk about. And speaking of which, your family, anytime that you're spending time with them and you're bonding with them, you're charging up your family batteries and you're making them stronger. Now, over the holidays, that's super important because the time that you're spending, you're reading the traditions of reading, hot chocolate, the even the opening of presents, but the caroling, any of those traditions that you have, those are super important because over the weeks and months ahead, when you don't get a chance to sit down to dinner, or any of the family things that you miss, you can lean back on those times that you have during the holidays and really get through those lean times. So, of all the gifts in the tree that you can plug in or put on, hopefully the ones that you remember the most are the ones that you can hang on to in your heart with these family traditions.